Hey YouTube, how are you guys today? It's Jake back with another video, and today we're doing our fourth episode of the starter guide, and it's actually going to be the last of this series. We're going to talk about what I would do with EA Access and how to best utilize those 10 hours of time and how to make the most of it for trading and for your coin total in general. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe below to make millions of coins on FIFA 20. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so first I thought we should start with the timeline that we know as of right now. Knowing EA, they may change it, they may worry about server problems, so they could change it, but this is what we know. Web app's gonna come out September 18th, and EA Access is gonna come out sometime on the 19th. Typically, EA may produce EA Access to come out faster because they worry about server crashes, so I wouldn't be surprised if they make those dates come a little bit quicker. Maybe you see EA Access on the 18th and the web app on late at night on the 17th or something like that. Because keep in mind, the demo also came out ahead of timeline. The demo was originally scheduled to come out the 12th of September, but it came out the 10th. So it really tells me that they're moving in a little bit of a faster timeline. So I just wanted to let you know those thoughts ahead of time. In this video, I'm going to go under the presumption that EA does keep their set time as of the 19th. So my advice will be catered to that. I will tell you what to do if you can get started a little bit early, but it'll be mostly going off of EA Access coming out on that Thursday, September 19th. With that being said, if EA Access comes out on either the 17th or early in the day on the 18th, try to play some division rivals. You may be able to beat the reward time where you can get in a few games and get some kind of reward bonus for playing it. Division Rivals was added last year, and it was essentially a way to produce more coins from rewards based off where you ranked inside your own division. And your division was based off how you played, and of course you can move up and down based off your skill points or how you were playing overall. There are 3 options to take with Division Rivals rewards. As you see here, let's just pretend you're in Division Rival. You're rank 1, there are 3 options for that specific set. So option 1 is you could take 80,000 coins. Option 2 would be you get a Mega Pack and 1 Ultimate Pack. And of course this is a really hard objective to get, it's a hard rank to get. And option 3 is 2 times Mega Pack and 2 times Ultimate Packs, but untradeable. So those are the 3 options, and what it really comes down to is taking a tangible amount of coins. You just get them, you're on your way. You could get packs that are tradable, which is really good for the gamblers and us. And option 3 is an untradeable variant. That's pretty good for those of you that like to do a lot of SBCs, but right away I wouldn't find that too helpful. For me personally, I like to take the coins. I know what to do with my coins. I know how to double them, triple them, trade with them, so I like to take surefire coins. Early in the game, if you don't want to do that, I can recommend doing the tradable pack for about the first few weeks to maybe the first month. There are so many cards that do hold a high value that I think that it's okay. And then down the line, as those cards start to lose value, say like Timo Werner, maybe in the first month or two he's 30 to 50k, but you know he's not going to hold that price all the way through the year. Then start to look to take untradeable rewards, where you can start to use those towards icons or flashback SBCs, because it does significantly lessen the cost, so I would recommend that down the line. Again, if you see EA Access come out on the 17th or really early on the 18th, try to get some games in and get any reward total you can. You'd have to play through your qualification games, and then you could get through a few in your specific division, but that should give you some kind of reward, and I would take advantage of that. Next, I'm going to hop over to FIFA 20's page and look at their new addition to the game, which is the season objectives, the foundations, the milestones, which I think is really vital for success. These milestones and these objectives are going to give you quite a few coins, especially in that first week or two when we start the game. They have season rewards, season objectives, foundations, and milestones, and as you level up, you can get more things. And it's a really nice system. It promotes longevity in the game cycle, and it promotes people to really grind towards certain things throughout the year. I know like 500 games in FUT Champions, you get a GOAT, which I think is kind of funny, but I think you should be rewarded for it, and I think that some people will grind to have it as an accolade. In this specific example, you see that there are objectives to get ones to watch Jovic, and I think that that's fantastic. I think a lot of us will try to get him as a loan just to use in our starter squad, and they look fairly easy. Like you got to score for Serbia, goodbye Bundesliga, maybe you get goals with them. It takes finesse, looks like finesse shots, get wins in rivals, and then Madrid. You probably need a player with Madrid or something like that to go alongside him. If I scroll down here, this is where it becomes a little bit more important to us, and this is what I'm going to recommend. There are some big milestones that you can get. This one's really hard. It's score 100 finesse shots, score 100 headers, and 100 volleys and 100 chip shots. The group reward is only a 16-bit ball, but there will be ones that come with a pack associated with them. And I think a lot of these objectives are going to be probably easiest to complete in squad battles. And squad battles is where I would recommend you spend most of your time in EA Access. Keep in mind, this year they're not limiting squad battles to 4 games per a certain hour. They're letting you have all the squad battles games to complete in that time frame. They're not limiting it to 4 in 6 hours or 8 in this much time. You have all the games you can complete essentially on your own time, which I think is ideal. And that's what I would recommend doing with EA Access, coupling it with these objectives and conquering as many as you can. I do want to let you guys know a few things to avoid during EA Access because people make a lot of mistakes. So first off, one thing I would recommend is adding FIFA points. If you have EA Access and you plan to use FIFA points, I'm not promoting them by any means. You guys probably know by now my feelings on them. But if you're planning to use them at any point throughout the year or you have money set aside for FIFA points, load them up on EA Access. Cards are most valuable at that time. They might not be most valuable in terms of sell price, but if you use those coins and you invest long term, those coins can definitely multiply 2 or 3 times. So I would use FIFA points right away on Access. With that being said, you can load up points right now on FIFA 19 and do a one-time transfer to FIFA 20. That's what I'm recommending to everyone because the servers are going to be really heavily overloaded on Access. You might see something like the store go down for PSN if it gets crazy. So I would simply recommend loading them up on 19 and doing the one-time transfer over to 20. That would simplify it a little bit more. You do have to be on console at some point to add your points as of years past. Now, once you have those points loaded, make sure that you open your packs on the web app. If you're spending and wasting your 10 hours opening packs, and I know there's a thrill of seeing if it's a walkout, I know people really enjoy the animation type stuff, and it might be more enjoyable for you to open on console, but do your best to avoid it. It's not worth spending your time like that, and definitely open your packs on the web app. Another thing I'd recommend is doing as many SBCs as you can on the web app. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the interface for doing SBCs on console this year as of the beta, but it looks awful, it looks slow, so I'd really highly recommend completing as many SBCs as you can on the web app because, again, it can be a really big time waster on EA Access. EA Access should be specified, in my opinion, for gameplay, unless you're a trader that utilizes some kind of function on the PS4 or Xbox that you can't do on web app. Some people are really, really good at sniping with the controller. If you can snipe really well and you want to use that time to trade, go for it, but I think that's few and far between to recommend as a general rule of thumb. These are other kind of really little things to look for, but I know if for me, if I'm trying to maximize my 10 hours, and say it is only 10 hours, there's been glitches in the years past, and there's already going to be one this year that I know is going to be available, which is essentially buying EA Access on another account, but you have to buy it again. So you're paying $4 or $5, $6 every single time you want to play 10 hours. I don't think that's going to be done by that many people. It's not feasible. It's not great. So unless there's a free glitch to keep doing EA Access, I don't think that will be utilized a ton. So I am basing all this off of having 10 hours exclusively. If I only had 10 hours, I would actually be sure to apply contracts and fitness and injuries all offline. Sorting through that kind of stuff takes time. It takes time to load onto the card. And over those 10 hours, it might waste you 15 to 30 to 45 minutes. And that's 1 to 3 games. And 1 to 3 games with any kind of coin boost on them, it will really add up to, a few thousand coins. So I would highly recommend doing literally anything you could on web app and saving your time on EA Access for gameplay. The last thing I want to note is if you do have time, and I'm not sure how long those squad battles games are going to take you, or what day or what time exactly EA Access will be out, but make sure you do play your qualification games for division rivals. People are going to get better teams, and I want you to get as high a division as possible right away, so make sure you play those games right off the bat, and you're playing people with similar level teams as you, just garbage teams that just got on the game. I would play through those matches for sure, and then hop right into squad battles. Another quick recommendation I have is make sure that when you have those EA Access days, or day, depending how much you want to play, to sign in to web app. Remember that web app comes with daily login rewards, so I don't want you to miss those, and they will add up to a few K or even 10K plus over time, so be sure when you're spending that time heavily on console that you at least sign in online to get that reward. I know my plan sounds really simple, and it really relies on playing your qualification games, spending a lot of time in squad battles, completing what objectives you can get done easily and coupling them with those game modes. But that's it. That's what I recommend. You can use coin bonuses and you can use anything you can to multiply those coins. But if you want to trade, just hop on web app. Unless there's some kind of specificity you want to use console for, like sniping, it's meant for gameplay. Get on the game, enjoy it, find what players you like, build teams based off what you enjoy, and just have some fun. I think it's going to be really fun to have those 10 hours before Champions or Ultimate Edition, and then much before people that get the full game. So use it to the best of your ability, and 40 games times the game bonus alone is going to be 20 to 25,000 coins. So I think you guys are going to be really well off, and then you can invest those coins as you earn them with the methods I've told you, and I'll make some investment squads and things like that coming up here soon. I hope this series gave you a solid game plan on what to do with web app, the order of SBCs to do them and how to best apply them, a few new trading methods to apply during the first month of FIFA, and now how to use EA Access. This should get you well on your way and well started with FIFA 20. I have more series and more guides coming out on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe below, and we'll talk soon.